What's up, motherfuckers? Brother Brian's in the house. My house, that is, which is a garage, you know. Been out and about today, doing typical stuff. You know, I work during the week. So the weekends, I get to play a little bit, get to run around, shit like that. And went out today and I picked me up some records. Got some here in the bag. Here, I want to show you guys what I picked up. You know, I was at Kroger's at the grocery store, okay? If you guys don't know what Kroger's is, it's a grocery store. And I noticed, I'm looking around and stuff, and I noticed there were some guys, you know, they were like older than me. You know, they're like 65, 70 years old. I see this one guy, he's great, he's old as shit, and he's in Kroger's, and he's got this little 8-year-old kid with him, you know? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, behind that awkward situation that I'm observing here with this guy, 70-year-old man with this 8-year-old child, there's a very smart young lady. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a woman there, and she's not just getting child support, she's got her a sugar daddy. Whoa, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's intelligent. You know, I don't understand these women nowadays. They have a guy, he ain't got a job. I'd be like, excuse me, honey, but you need to vacate the house so I can get somebody in here with the J-O-B to help pay the fucking B-I-L-L-S's. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that shit, but I do understand when I see that 70-year-old man with the little 8-year-old child running around Kroger's. It's an intelligent woman there. Well, today, you know, I didn't find anything that's gonna be, that'll blow you away, you know, unless you're, you know, easily emotionally stimulated, then you might be blown away by what I got. But to me, it's probably like, you know, it's just some good stuff, probably stuff that maybe you've already got, you know. You know what I did today? I was filling in some holes, you know what I'm saying? I was filling in the holes, but it was the kind of holes that, you know, we ain't got no child support and all that kind of silly shit to go along with it, you know. So it was interesting. I went today. I had to go to the Dayton Mall. Okay, I live in Dayton. I went to the Dayton Mall today, and I've had this watch for a long time. I love this. It's one of those Echo Drive Citizen watches, you know. And then my band broke, and I just put it on the shelf, and it's just been sitting up there in limbo for a long time, right? And I was like, well, I think I bought it at J.C. Penney's, you know, 20 years ago. And I said, I'm gonna take it back, and maybe they could put a new. It just needed the pin that holds the, you know, the pin that holds the metal part. What am I trying to say here? Anyway, you know, that thing, you know, the pin. I needed a pin. They're not easy to put in either, you know. Some of them, they need special tools. So anyway, I went to the Dayton Mall, and I'm not a big fan of malls. You know, if you guys don't know what a mall is, back in the day it was very popular, but nowadays it's just like a place you could get robbed or something, buy drugs or something. You know, it's not a very, you know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to go spend money at the mall because everything's more expensive. So I was there, and went to a couple places. J.C. Penney's, they don't want to work on my watch. No, we don't do that. You got to mail it to some place, and you know, in Alaska. And there's a guy up there in the northern part of Alaska, and he can do it for you. And I'm like, no. So I went around and I found this jewelry place there, and they actually have jewelry repair. And this lovely lady, she took my watch and she says, give me your phone number, come back and I'll call you probably 30 or 40 minutes and it'll be ready to go. I said, hey, you know what? That sounds just like what I need. So in that 30 or 40 minute time period, I was walking around the mall. And I was going to different stores, you know, because I didn't have nothing else to do. I wasn't going to drive, you know, it's like 20 minutes drive. And I'm like, I'm here. I'm going to stay here till it's done. And I guess there's a store at the mall. I don't know if I've got the receipt here. Let me see if I can find the receipt. I can't remember the name of it, but it's owned by a local musician. I don't know if he's the drummer or the organ player for like the Pretenders or something. Well, this dude owns this store, and it's like an antique store at the mall. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy shit, man! There's an antique place at the Dayton Mall. It's called the Treasure Trove. Okay, and so I was like, fuck. I went in there, and you know, most of those places they have records. And sure enough, I found me a couple records there. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Alright. Pick this up here. This is a Chick Corea. I just thought, I don't have this album. You know, you guys know I'm a big Chick Corea fan. It's the Mad Hatter. Some of the songs, The Woods, Tweedledee, The Trial, Humpty Dumpty, Falling Alice, you know, so I was like, you know what? This sounds very interesting. So I picked that up. I'll try to get through these pretty quick, you know, because, you know, like I said, I was just filling in some holes, picking up some music, you know. Don Henley. Nice. This is beautiful. Oh, and I think this is a promo copy. This is a promo copy. The Chick Corea is. And they're in beautiful condition, okay? That's where I'm going. Don Henley here. And Building the Perfect Beast. You know, Don Henley, he's one of the greats from the 80s, man. This guy just killed it. I love Don Henley. And they had this in there. Jimmy Cliff. And they were all under $10. They were good prices. So I picked those up while I was waiting for the watch. And they had some cassettes there. So I picked up some cassettes. I've already got one or two of these. Guns N' Roses Lives. You know, but if I see a Guns N' Roses Live cassette, you know, if I see one and it's like $2 or $3, I'm going to grab it. I'm sorry. You ain't getting it. Brother Brian's getting it, you know. Grateful Dead cassette. It was a couple dollars. I mean, come on, man. Skeletons for the Closet. Grateful Dead's Greatest Hits. Come on. Grab that. Tom Petty. Killer album, man. I don't think I have this on vinyl. I'm a big Tom Petty fan. You know, we all should be big Tom Petty fans. Wildflowers, and I do believe this is one of his better albums. They're all good. All of Tom Petty stuff's good. I do believe this is a little better one here. And then they had this one, Guitarro, Silk Road. I love Guitarro, you know. I'll tell you, if you want to get a copyright, try playing some of this on YouTube. Try playing a Guitarro on YouTube. You will get blocked like, bam, like you don't even exist, you know. You're going to get a copyright. Then there was another store there. Yeah, they had these stickers, man. Make art, not war. I put stickers in my living room because I'm single, you know. Only holes I fill were in my record collection. So I could put stickers in my living room. You know, if you got an old lady running around, chances are you don't put stickers in your living room. It's just what you don't fucking do when the old lady's around. She gonna beat your ass. You do shit like that, okay? All right, so then I went over down the road from the mall. There's this place. I'm not going to tell you what it's called because it's my little secret location. And man, I tell you, I found a lot of good records. I had to actually put a bunch back. I'm like, man, I want this and this, you know. And then next thing you know, you're up in like hundreds of dollars, and it's like, wait a minute, slow down. So I just grabbed a few things. Okay, they were for. I see this and. Look at this. See the back? This is the back, okay? So I'm assuming that this is some type of bootleg, okay? It's a Miles Davis. It says Making Wax Limited Collector's Edition. Now, if I'm wrong, if this isn't a bootleg, let me know. I don't know. I'm not an expert. It's got Sonny Rollins and John Coltrane on here. I don't know if that's forward or backwards on there. I don't know. I'm going to have to try to figure out how to switch that back. But it's a concert. Yeah, here we go. It was original concert performances from 53 through 58. And I don't think this picture, I don't think that picture's from 53 or 58. You know, if you know Miles Davis, I don't believe that. But I seen that and I was like, you know what, man? I had to grab that. It's nice wax. It's a Chakra. It's on the Chakra label. So I picked that up. I'm a Miles Davis fan, you know. I'm not afraid. I ain't afraid, you know. I lost a cool competition a long motherfucking time ago, you know what I'm saying? Then this one was kind of a blind buy. It's the Lemon Pipers. Green Tambourine. And I picked that up today. It's kind of a blind buy, but I thought it looked cool, you know. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. I'll grab that. Don't know what's on it. They had a Green River here by Credence, and I do believe I have this on wax. It's on the Fantasy label. Beautiful condition. Price was right. So I know a friend that's been looking for this album. So if I don't, I told her, I said, if I don't have it, that was going home with you. Then I seen, this is one of them hole records, you know, filled in holes, the Monkees. I'm not a real big Monkees fan, but I like their music. This is the greatest hits, the best of the Monkees. And it's got Last Train to Clarksville, Take a Giant Step, I'm a Believer, Stepping Stone, A Little Bit of Me, A Little Bit of You. I mean, this was then, this is now. I mean, it's just basically the stuff that you want to listen to. At least I do from the Monkees. It's in really good condition. Arista, you know, I mean, the condition. I mean, these are beautiful records. So I grabbed that, kind of filled in the hole. And I'm not a real, you know, I love Dolly Parton, okay? Don't get me wrong. I love Dolly Parton. But I don't have a whole lot of Dolly Parton. I might have like Porter and Dolly, you know, the older stuff. And I might have Dolly Parton on a compilation album. But honestly, I don't have any Dolly Parton albums, okay? So I see this one, okay? And like I said, I love her, but I don't, usually when I'm thumbing through the records, if there's a Dolly Parton there, I usually just go right on by it. Just be honest with you. But this is an older Dolly. It's the best of Dolly. It's got her good songs. Jolene, Traveling Man, Lonely Coming Down, The Bargain Store, Touch Your Woman. And then it's got that song on side B, I Will Always Love You. Okay, so that in itself sold the record, you know. So I grabbed it, you know. So I grabbed it up. This is on the RCA Gold Victor. Beautiful condition. You know, just for that one song, to me it was worth it. Then I seen this one. They had this one sitting there, and I grabbed it. It was right next to it. And it's still got the hype sticker on it and stuff like that. It wasn't very expensive. There was I'll tell you why I grabbed this. On side B, there's a song called I Really Don't Want to Know, and Willie Nelson and Dolly Parton sing it together. So to me, that sold this record to me. Okay, got Willie. I'm a big Willie fan, and got Dolly. You know, Dolly's voice is just incredible, just incredible. Then I picked this up, and believe it or not, I didn't have this in my collection. This is a classic. You guys probably all got this record. I didn't have it, so I seen it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab it. It's an old Atco Iron Butterfly. Heavy. So it's like, I mean, if you don't have it, you got to grab it. Right? And then I don't believe I have this one either. This one here's Iron Butterfly Metamorphosis. I didn't have this one either. And they were both sitting there together. They're both original, beautiful copies. Grabbed it, snagged it up. George Jones, there's an old George Jones. It's got all the classics. I've got George Jones coming out my ears, but it's like cheap. It's on the cheap. Still got the original hype sticker when it sold for $1.99 back in the day. It's an original. Probably needs cleaned up. It's on the Hilltop label, which is the old label, the old Hilltop label. Oh Lonesome Me, Windows Up Above, that song. It's just great. I'll Walk the Line. I Love You because, Tender Years. Tender Years. Come on, George Jones and Tender Years. So I picked that up. Okay, anyway, let's get on to the good stuff. You guys want to see some good stuff? If you're still around, a lot of times they just bail out. They don't stick around for the good stuff. It's all good to me, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy it to win any contest. I just enjoy music. I might have this in the house. I'm not sure if I had this. I seen this. It's Gong. It's called Gong in the 70s. So I picked that up. Just something different, I just love the artwork on it. It's just a bunch of hippies sitting around, probably getting high, So I picked that up today. Then I seen this. I can't believe they had this at the thing, because normally you have to order these, okay? They had the Sleaford Mods, and it's a UK Grim. This is their latest album. It just came out, and I've been wanting to get it, and they're selling out pretty quick, and then now the price is going up on them and stuff, and they had this at the record store. It was $25. It wasn't super cheap, but 25 is a good price. This is an album that I wanted. I've got their other albums, and I wanted to fill in the hole there, so I picked that up. And Ali Farquhar, some good African shit here. Voyager. This is this guy here, man. This guy, this kind of music. Okay, this music to me is on such a high level. Everybody's so, not everybody, not you guys, okay? But you know what I'm saying. When I say everybody, you know what I'm saying. It's like you see like the music awards and stuff like that. This guy pretty much blows them all out of the water. At the music awards, this guy blows them out of the water. He's not even invited. But man, I seen that sitting there and I was like, oh man, I'm grabbing that. That is killer. So I picked that up. And I got a couple more here. Then I seen this one, and this is called the Blue Sky Boys, okay? It's a blue album. It says bluegrass, okay? But I'm kind of skeptical on that, because, they don't really label their music very well at Omega. It's on Rounder Records, man. It's on the Rounder Records label. It's got these couple cats on here. One guy's got a mandolin, another guy's got a guitar. And I'm real big into folk, and I think that this is going to be a fantastic spin. I seen it, and I was like, man, that looks like a wonderful spin. It was priced right. It wasn't too bad. Let's see what year. It's a 1976 album. And then my last album that I picked up, I'm not even going to be able to. I'm going to try to say the name of the album and stuff like that, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to end up messing it up. Okay, they had this, and they got it under alternative, okay? And I went up to the cash register, and I said, this is not alternative music. I guarantee it. I'm not familiar with this. It's kind of a blind buy for me, but I just knew that it was going to be some good stuff, okay? And the guy's like, yeah, it's not alternative. The guys up there, they knew what it was. Kind of go over the songs here. Well, the name of the group is Les Ralices Day. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. I don't care if you know how much I paid. I paid $35 for it. I don't care. It ain't no big deal. I'm not bragging. I'm just showing you. Mizutani. But from what I understand, this came out in the 60s, okay? And it's like this experimental, psychedelic, avant-garde stuff. And I was like, that's me. I was like, I'll guarantee I'll probably love this freaking album, right? Side A, it has Memory is Far Away, which is like a 6-minute song. Then Morning Light is 1 minute and 42 seconds. Fragment, 3 minutes and 48 seconds, okay? And then there's one more song, or a couple more songs on there, and they're short songs. But then it goes to side B, and this is what kind of sold me on that. It's called The Last One, and it's from 1970, and it's a 22-minute and 13-second song. And I was like, there's no alternative music that does that, man. That is only some killer experimental album, man. And I was just like, I was all over it. So I picked this up. So that's what I got for you. I'm going to probably do a video, maybe tomorrow, on my current listening setup in my living room. I think you guys, stereo people, you guys might be interested in that. Some of it's the same, some of it's new. But I'll do a video for that. This kind of went long. I don't know what to tell you, Thank you for participating in this video with me, man. I'll give you guys a thumbs up, what I'm saying? I'll give you a thumbs up. All right, man. Y'all be good. Have a good weekend, man. Brother Brian loves y'all, man. I'm out of here.